Hello everyone. Welcome to the session on LLM fundamentals. Today, we'll explore the fascinating world of large language models, often abbreviated as LLMs. These are advanced artificial intelligence systems that have been trained on colossal amounts of text data. As a result, LLMs possess remarkable capabilities, transforming how we interact with information and language. Throughout this video, we'll delve into the specifics of LLMs, including the LLM architecture, generative vs discriminative models, core functionalities of LLMs, examples of some popular LLMs, and the AI communities. So, let's embark on this journey of understanding LLMs better. Starting with the architecture of LLMs, LLMs primarily use the transformer architecture. The architecture of large language models, LLMs, is composed of multiple layers of neural networks stacked on top of each other. These layers include embedding layers, recurrent layers, feed-forward layers, and attention layers. Each layer plays a unique role in processing the input text and generating the output. First is the embedding layer, which is like the model's dictionary. It turns each word in the input text into a high-dimensional vector, a kind of numerical code that captures the word's meaning and context. Now, why is it important? Because it helps the model understand the text's nuances, like the difference between bank as a financial institution and bank as the side of a river. Next, we have feed-forward layers, which take these word vectors and apply complex mathematical transformations to them. This layer helps the model learn deeper patterns and meanings from the text, building a more sophisticated understanding of what it's reading. After feed-forward, we have recurrent layers which process the text in sequence, one word at a time, maintaining a memory of previous words. This allows the model to understand the relationships and dependencies between words in a sentence, like how "the cat sat on the mat" makes sense because the words are in the correct order. And towards the end, we have the attention mechanism that helps the model focus on the most relevant parts of the input text. Attention mechanism is important because by selectively paying attention to different parts of the text, the model can make more accurate predictions and generate more coherent responses. All these layers work together to enable LLMs to understand and generate human-like text, making them incredibly powerful tools for tasks ranging from answering questions to writing essays. Now, let us know the differences between a generative model and a discriminative model. In the realm of machine learning, two prominent approaches dominate the scene: generative models and discriminative models. While both contribute significantly to various tasks, they differ in their core focus and applications. Let me take analogies to understand both generative and discriminative AI models. Think of a generative model as an artist who studies various paintings, the data, and learns the techniques, colors, and styles used by different artists. This knowledge allows the artist or generative model to create entirely new and realistic pieces of art, inspired by what they've seen before. Now, consider discriminative models as the weather forecasters who analyzes weather data, to identify patterns and trends. They use this knowledge to predict the future weather, classification, sunny, rainy, or cloudy. With this understanding, just have a look at the table demonstrating the key differences between these two AI models. Generative models focus on understanding the underlying data distribution, while discriminative models focus on drawing clear boundaries between different categories within the data. Generative models delve into the world of probability, learning the joint probability distribution of the data. This distribution tells us the likelihood of encountering specific combinations of features within the data, while discriminative models focus on the conditional probability distribution. This distribution tells us the probability of a data point belonging to a specific category given its features. Generative models excel at tasks like image generation, text synthesis, and anomaly detection. Discriminative models shine in classification, prediction, and image recognition tasks. Now, let us discuss the capabilities of LLMs. The capabilities of large language models are as vast as the datasets they are trained on. Use cases range from generating code to suggesting strategy for a product launch and analyzing data points. This is because LLMs serve as foundation models that can be applied across multiple uses. Broadly, the capabilities of LLMs are categorized into three: natural language understanding, NLU, natural language generation, NLG, and contextual understanding. First one is natural language understanding, NLU, under which LLMs decipher the meaning behind human language. They can analyze the context of a sentence, identify sentiment, positive, negative, neutral, and recognize relationships between words and phrases. Therefore, we have examples like sentiment analysis, named entity recognition, text classification, keyword and phrase extraction. Next, we have natural language generation, NLG, where LLMs can create human-quality text formats, mimicking various writing styles and tones. They can generate different creative text formats like poems, code, scripts, musical pieces, emails, letters, etc. Examples include text generation, language translation, summarization, code generation and explanation, paraphrasing and rewriting. And lastly, contextual understanding, where LLMs go beyond basic word comprehension. They can grasp the broader context of a conversation or written piece. This allows them to understand the intent behind a question, the flow of a dialogue, and the overall theme of a document. Examples include question answering, conversational agents, content recommendation, language modeling, spell checking and grammar correction, dialogue systems. Let us discuss the two main categories of LLMs and then see the examples for both the categories. Proprietary models. These models are developed and owned by private companies. They are typically not publicly available and require specific permission or licensing to use. Open source models. These models are developed collaboratively and their code and underlying architecture are freely available for anyone to access and use. And now let us know some of the popular examples of proprietary LLMs. First one is GPT-4, OpenAI, which is the latest version of the Generative pre-trained transformer series developed by OpenAI. It is one of the most powerful LLMs currently available, known for its exceptional text generation capabilities and ability to adapt to different writing styles. Next, we have LLaMA, Google AI, which is designed for natural and engaging conversations, making it ideal for chatbots and virtual assistants, and then there are others like Jurassic 1 Jumbo, AI 21 Labs, Wudao 2.0, BAAI. Now, examples for open source models on Hugging Face include BERT, bidirectional encoder representations from transformers, which is developed by Google, which is an open source model designed for understanding the context of words in search queries. Then we have GPT-2, which is an earlier version of OpenAI's GPT series, known for its versatility in text generation and also available as an open source model. We also have T5, text-to-text transfer transformer, which is also developed by Google, and is an open-source model that reframes all NLP tasks as a text-to-text problem, simplifying the task framework. Apart from these examples, there are many other LLMs available in the industry. Now, it is the time to explore the exciting world of AI communities. TAI communities are the online and offline spaces where people with a shared interest in artificial intelligence gather to learn, collaborate, and share ideas. Whether you're a tech enthusiast, a curious student, or simply someone interested in the future, AI communities offer a wealth of knowledge and a chance to connect with like-minded individuals. The AI community landscape is vast and diverse, offering something for everyone. There are open-source communities where you can access and contribute to freely available AI projects, datasets, and tools. Then there are platforms like Kaggle which host data science and AI challenges, allowing you to test your skills and learn from others. And if you have a niche interest within AI, such as computer vision or natural language processing, then there are special interest groups dedicated to these specific areas. And, finally, there are educational forums specifically designed for those who are new to AI and want to learn from the ground up. On the screen you can see various types of AI communities. So, Hugging Face is a vibrant hub for open-source AI models, datasets, and tools. TensorFlow is another popular open-source framework for building and deploying machine learning models. Kaggle is the go-to platform for data science and machine learning competitions. Computer vision community delves into the world of image recognition, object detection, and image segmentation. Natural language processing community dives into the fascinating world of how machines understand and process human language. Interested in AI is a community dedicated to making AI accessible for everyone. It finds resources for beginners, including tutorials, articles, and interactive courses. That was all for this session. We will dive deep into the other concepts in the upcoming videos. Thank you.